We're alive!
We're back! Hi!
Hi! I didn't know if we were going to be able to do this season because I have a job that has me working the evening quite a bit now. But I'll do it whenever I can. And Hannah, I guess, will join me whenever she can.
I will. I will
So,
indeed.
oh, you're wearing your shirt too!
I am. I am.
You should tell us about Live Tour.
I will talk.
Kick this off with Live Tour. Like, you went to your first Dancing with the Stars Live Tour this summer.
I did. Yeah. Hi, everybody. It's been a really fun summer for Miss Hannah. I went to my first ever Dancing with the Stars live tour. It was a really great time. I did a Periscope about it maybe back in like June, like right after I did it.
I remember that. That was so cool.
I know. It was, yeah, I had the absolute best time at tour. I did not do VIP. I was just like regular seating I went with my friend Christine and her mom, and it was so much fun. We had great seats. They were right on the floor. I just got to see all my favorite numbers, and I met Alan after the show by the buses, but that's like an entirely different story. We were going to meet more, but that was an entire mess. The long story.
Was your show the one where half of them came out one door and then like Alan went out Alan at the other, so everyone was like, "Yay, Alan!"
Oh my gosh, yes, it is.
And then Sharna was like apologizing, and I think Emma was maybe apologizing.
That is.
And, like, it was just so. But everyone on both sides got to see someone, so yay.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened. Long story short, security at the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania, which is the place where I went, was very confusing. And I guess they sent Alan out one door, and they sent Sharna and Rashad and I think Emma out another. So they met a crowd on one side of the building, and Alan met us. There's maybe like 30-ish people back by the buses. And yeah, and later Sharna apologized. She was just like, I had no idea there were two groups. I'm sorry. Like, it's fine.
Like, everyone got someone, though, so, like, it's
yeah.
okay. Like, I feel like...
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
You got to... It's kind of funny. Well, actually, we'll get to that in a minute. Because, okay, well, we all know this. You got to see Alan, like, before he was big, because Alan's a pro this season.
He was. Oh my gosh, I was so happy I got to meet Alan. Like, he's so sweet, and he was so generous, and he signed my my program, and he signed everybody's programs. And the best thing about Alan is that he loves his fans and makes sure to get to every single one and just have a nice conversation with them, give them a hug and a picture, and he took good time with everybody. Like, he wasn't in a rush. And what a good human being. And that really showed tonight on the show, and we're going to get into that later. But
we're going to get to him. He was pretty early on. Yeah, I haven't met Alan yet. He seems really nice. Like, he seems cool.
He's so nice.
And, like, I don't know, it seems weird. Like, everyone seems like... I was talking about this with some people from, I think it was the AGT fandom, because, like, my friend goes to the live shows there and meets people. I'm like, no one does autographs anymore. Everyone wants a selfie.
I wanted an autograph.
It's like, take a selfie. I actually do have one person from Dancing with the Stars this season's autograph. We'll get to that when we get to that person. But yeah, we can just start talking about tonight. I think I told Bentley we're live. Okay, how do I tweet this out? Because we do have 2 viewers.
Oh, we got 2 people. That's good news.
2 viewers. Where do we tweet this? Because I was able to tweet this on Sunday. Oh, links.
Oh, wait a second. Mentioned by DWTS Interact. Okay, so Bentley tweeted at it. So
yeah, okay, they got us. Okay, did they skip the link?
They did. They did post the link. Okay.
Great. 1 second.
All right, so we're going to retweet that. Hopefully we'll get some more viewers. Hello, viewers. It's nice to see you. We're back after a long summer, starting in what could be the best season ever, maybe.
We'll see. I don't know. I think the premiere was kind of rough tonight. Like, hang on, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, we're back.
Yeah. So I think, so I'll just start overall thoughts on this premiere. I think a lot of people had very high expectations. I know some people who said this cast was full of ringers, which I was like, okay. They're not ringers. Most of them, I think, had and have potential. They only cast, like, minor ringers this season. Like, I think after last season's Backlash, we have a group of, like, what the GP, aka the general public, would want, which are people who have potential. So not, like, a lot of, like, obviously, like, people who are going to be bad, like, just fodder. But it's not like they're ringers. So, like, we don't have any ice skaters, gymnasts, or professional dancers. We do have a boy bander, like, from, like, one of those bands, but, like, he's not...
He's not a dancing boy band member, so he doesn't really count.
So everyone thought he was gonna be a ringer, and like I was going on the sites, they're like, yeah, he's totally like a ringer. I'm like, no, and they're like, he's gonna win. I'm like, no, he's not gonna win.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So yeah, but like the scoring tonight, I don't remember all the exact scores. I think the highest was 22 out of 30.
The highest.
That's like the lowest high score we've had, I think, since
in a hot minute. Definitely.
As long as I've been watching, like, I think
definitely.
Like, I remember like no one got more than 1-8, and there's only 3 judges this season, so it's 22 out of 30. So it's not like it's 22 out of 40 dismal, but like it's 20. Yeah, so like so 2 people tied. I had a feeling there was gonna be a tie this season for top of the leaderboard for Premier, and there were 2 people tied.
Yeah. Good. But yeah. Yeah, the highest score of the night was in fact 22 out of 30, and 2 people got that.
They didn't go below 4. I feel like 4 from now on is like rock bottom, maybe. Like I was like thinking when they were giving like some people 5s at the beginning, I'm like, oh wait, these people are coming up. They might get like 3s.
Yeah, that's what.
But they didn't get 3s.
Yeah, they started.
Didn't say anybody get a 3.
I called.
No one deserved a 3.
No, nobody deserved a 3 tonight. Absolutely not. Everybody was at least passable.
I think everyone was at least. So yeah, we're like not totally doomed. Like I know some people were like kind of disappointed by this premiere, but it was okay. Like, what did you think?
I actually really loved this premiere. I thought the scoring was definitely rough, but I also kind of don't mind that because it gives the contestants somewhere to work up from. Like I remember the very first season I started watching like really seriously was season 19 when they were throwing out 9s in week 1. And to be fair,
people got 9s on week 1 that season. That was like a record high.
That was a record.
Something.
It was really. To be fair, Alfonso probably deserved those 9s. To be completely fair.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's gotten like really undeserved 9s. I think the only one who maybe like didn't deserve them was maybe Sadie. Or like anyone who's gotten 9s the first.
Yeah.
Week. Like who got 10 9s? Christy, Alfonso, Amber Riley, Charlie, Sadie, who got 2, and I think maybe one other person.
Yeah, I think the only person. Yeah, all of them definitely deserve 9s, except for maybe Sadie. Sadie, I think, could have done with all 8s.
Yeah,
but that's another story.
I think like it's fine. Like 9s on week 1 are like still like a rarity, which is good. Like I don't think anyone here deserved a 9 tonight. So like
no.
As good as people them were, but like I don't think anyone quite 9.
No, I don't think anybody deserves straight. No, I don't think anybody deserved 9s tonight. But but there are a lot of great dances tonight.
Okay, so first up was who's first?
Terrell and Cheryl were up.
Terrell Owens and Cheryl. So Cheryl's back. She's been gone. She was gone for a few seasons, and she came back for one. Then she left again. Then she came back. So she's back. She was gonna have Bobby Brown as her celebrity, which was someone we were predicting because okay, every time we go through someone, we like the fandom predicted like at least half the cast.
That was amazing, and I feel like I have a bit of a theory. I think the new producer is watching the Stan Twitter people a lot. I think they're keeping a close eye because I mean we predicted half the cast, and they're doing a couple themes that we've wanted for. Yeah, I think they're keeping an eye on us.
We got longer dances. I feel like we got some longer week 1 dances. Maybe that was just my imagination. They said they want to keep it positive this season, and I think after last season, like you kind of have to be more positive, or like it's you might be in trouble, show, especially when you're on once a year. But yeah, it's so Terrell Owens was first, and then it was Cheryl. I've heard some not good things about him. Like, I know his, like, past kind of sucks. He also showed up to rehearsal 3 hours late, which is not a good sign.
Mm-mm.
So I'm like, he can go in my head right now. Like, I really don't care about him. His dance was okay, though.
His dance was okay. And, you know, I was so excited when I heard that Cheryl was coming back. Because Cheryl was just one of the most iconic female pros. She said this was her 20th season on the show. Like, that's
second most out of anybody, I think.
Yeah, I do believe that is the second most out of anybody. I think she's only topped by Mr. Tony Dovolani.
She does one more season, and she does 2 more seasons, and Tony doesn't. She's first.
Right. Right. You know, Tony ever comes back.
If anyone cares. So
But yeah, yeah. But I was really excited for Cheryl to come back because I love her so much. She's just an amazing teacher, and she's just so good at what she does. And I heard she was getting Terrell, and it was fine. I've also heard some not so great things about him because I heard that he's kind of an egomaniac.
Oh no, really?
I have heard that. My father, who's not a huge football fan, but he's kind of like a sports guy, has said that he should be in the Football Hall of Fame, but the reason he isn't is just because like he's just kind of narcissistic and self-absorbed, and not a whole lot of people like him.
Oh no.
Which is unfortunate.
Apparently his fans, I haven't been to Facebook for Dancing with the Stars all this season yet, but apparently the Facebook crowd like at least recognized him.
Yeah, if you're a football fan of any sort of capacity, you know who T.O. is.
Yeah, so yeah, he's more well known than Rashad last season, let's say,
Yeah.
who like I don't know anyone who knew, but I don't think he's gonna do as well on this show.
No, I doubt it. Rashad's definitely one of the best football players to ever do the show, and Terrell,
Terrell isn't.
No, I don't think.
If he sticks around, I think he could improve as long as he's like dedicated, which again, maybe not.
Right.
Yeah, so not much here to say. And they gave it all 5s. I guess it could have had 6s. Like, I don't know.
I definitely would have thrown him a 6 comparatively to everybody else. Like at the beginning of the night, all 5s, I was like, maybe, but depends on how they score everyone else. But after scoring everybody else, like he could have
scored. Like
could have done some 6s, I think.
I guess he could be in danger next week.
It really depends. I mean, it will be really telling to see, you know, if he goes kind of early because, you know, everybody knows him, but are they fans of him? That's the real question.
Remember her?
Right.
Like, she left first, and she was like, that season was like the bottom of the barrel of names, and she left first, and she was like one of the bigger ones. So,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just didn't find anything about his personality memorable by the end of the night. Like, I don't remember anything. And I haven't rewatched anything yet. I've just seen the show once.
Yeah. So I think he has potential to be in danger next week, but I have a feeling he'll scrape through. I do.
Okay.
I do, because I think he's one of the bigger names this season.
I think he might too. So yeah, next up was Debbie and Alan. Alan is a first-time pro. He got I guess a pretty decent first-time partner. Like I'm glad he didn't get a ringer right off the bat. That wouldn't really seem fair. But she's older and she has like some potential. She has demo appeal, which is something. He's like a nice lady. She has dance potential. So they seem like they get along well. So good for her. Good for them. Good for them. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Her dance was not quite as good as I was expecting. But like, you know, it's week 1. I don't remember. So I know it was a foxtrot.
It was a foxtrot. To one of her songs.
Yeah, her own songs. I remember she said she felt weird about dancing to one of her own songs. I think it was on GMA. I
mean, if I was a singer, I would too, kind of.
I don't like hearing my own voice, so yeah. What was her score?
What?
What was her score?
She got 2 6s and a 5 for a 17 out of 30.
That's not bad. No,
I
guess that's about right.
She is. Sure. Yeah, she's at like the bottom part of the leaderboard. Yeah.
I think she'll be safe somehow, even though I know some people think she's gonna go.
I've seen a couple people scared that she's gonna go, but I think that Debbie is a name that's gonna resonate with the GP because my parents, when they heard the cast list, like that was the first name that they recognized out of everybody else's. And my grandma likes Debbie Gibson. She likes. So, I mean, the GP is definitely going to recognize Debbie Gibson. I think they're going to vote for her based on the nostalgia factor. So, I think she'll be fine next week. I'm definitely going to throw a couple votes her way because I definitely want her to stick around further. Yeah, I think she'll be fine. I think.
Okay. Anything else on them?
I thought their dance was cute. I think their chemistry is great. I think Alan's the perfect pro for her because he's just so nurturing and loving, and she needs that because of her disease. So I think we could see a lot of great things from this couple, provided that they stay.
Who was next?
Who was next? Sasha and Gleb were next.
Great. What did they do?
They did a cha-cha, and they got 3 6s for an 18 out of 30. I was very underwhelmed. And going into this season, Sasha was a name that I kind of recognized. I knew she was on Pretty Little Liars, but I stayed far away from Pretty Little Liars. But I did. I was not a fan. But, you know, she has Gleb, who's a pro that I really, really like. And her, in her interviews that I'd seen with her, seemed very cool and laid back. So I was definitely open and thought she was going to do well. And I was a little underwhelmed, to be completely honest.
Okay, here's what I remember of her. Like, I remember being kind of underwhelmed by what she did. She wasn't like, I remember looking like she was like, not, like, she was like going through the, she's like, okay, so like not really performing it. And afterwards, I don't know what it's for worth the GP, but my parents said she seemed snobby.
I disagree completely. I think she was a very laid back, nice, cute, sweet individual.
Like, I've loved her on Instagram. Like, the Instagram story is great. Like, she's awesome. Yeah, I'm a little worried about her next week.
I'm a little worried about her too. I don't know. I feel like she could be in the danger zone next week. But
she might be in danger. The thing is, like, okay, people are talking about like Pretty Little Liars, Time Runner, or whatever. It's like I don't know. It's like Glee last season, and like the Glee fans were pretty relaxed about it. Like, they were some were excited and some were. It's like they weren't like the Fifth Harmonies.
Right.
Basically, it's like case if okay. We had Glee and Fifth Harmony last season. This year we had Pretty Little Liars and Hamilton. And Disney crowd.
Yeah.
I think Disney crowd and Hamilton, I mean, I don't think they're going to be as rude as the Fifth Harmony fans in general were, but I think they're going to be, like, more passionate maybe than the Pretty Little Liars. Like everyone's talking about Sasha or whatever, and then, like, the second Jordan comes on, like, those same people were like, oh my gosh, Jordan. And if it's split, like, I think Jordan might be the one to it last, just a hunch. Yeah.
just a hunch, but we'll get to that. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. You know, I don't like to compare, I hate to compare her to somebody else, but the last Pretty Little Liars cast member that we had on the show was Janelle Parrish back in season 19, and she made the final 3.
Yeah.
But the real question is, who was voting for her? Was it the GP, was it Val's fans, or was it the Pretty Little Liars fans? And the Pretty Little or the Showman's fans. True.
Like, we don't have, that's what Sasha doesn't have. And, like, I remember Brant and Peta. I think there was a showman's with them, too.
I was not around much for Brant and Peta. I don't remember.
Like, I barely remember them. Like, I knew I was more interested in a lot of other people that season. But, yeah, I think they had, like, the sexual chemistry going on. That was, like, Peta's thing back in the day. So, yeah, that was, like, why they would, like, sorry, that's what kind of helped them, like, stick around.
That's what I think helped them too. I would think, I don't know how she's going to do voting wise. I hope that she stays a little bit longer, because I do think that she's a very nice individual, and I think that we could see really great things from her because I feel like what her big problem this week was like first week jitters, and that was it. So yeah, I feel
I think she'll get better. I think she'll relax more. She just needs to do something to stand out.
Yeah, and I think she has the ability to do that as long as she sticks around. I hope she sticks around. I feel like she could be in the danger zone for next week.
Yeah, okay. Anything else on her? She got 3 6s, right? Like,
she did get 3 6s, so she's bottom half of the leaderboard.
Yep.
Okay, so next up was Drew and Emma. They did cha-cha, and they got a 6 and 2 5s for 16 out of 30.
Okay, I'm really worried about them next week. Like, I know I've seen more people saying they're voting for them, including the GP, than like someone like Sasha, or even like Terrell. However, I don't know, because like again, they went 4th. Not that the other ones had good spots either, but they went 4th out of 13. Like, I don't know. I remember their package quite well, so maybe that'll be.
The package was super fun. For me, I love him. I loved him preseason because he's just been connecting with everybody in the cast, and that's amazing. I love that he's doing that, and I love the partnership that he and Emma have. Here's something that is huge that absolutely bothers me about this situation. I think Drew and Emma are a great pairing together personality-wise. I think they're going to get along great. What bothers me is the height difference between them because it's just so hard to work around. You know, he's a foot taller than Emma. Like,
I think had we not had the Mary gimmick this season, well, the thing is we knew the Scott brothers were going to want Emma. But if we take that away and we take away the Mary gimmick, I think Emma ends up with Nick because she hasn't had a boy bander, and PETA ends up with Drew. And it's a better match height-wise.
I absolutely...
Personality-wise, I think the PETA-Drew pairing might not be as good. But,
yeah, I can agree with that. I definitely think Emma and Drew are a good match personality-wise. Height-wise, not so much. But I thought I thought it was cute. I really did.
I know, like, I remembered it at least. Like, I didn't remember Sasha very well, or even, like, Debbie, but, like, I remember him.
Right.
I remember them, like, being around. His out-of-frame stuff was actually, like, I was like, yeah, I can get into this.
Yeah.
He was, like, putting himself into it. He wasn't timid. And
yeah.
Right. And, like, even some of the better ones were, like, very timid. Like, even, like, some of the top scorers, I'm like, hey, you gotta put more into it. I need him to stay. Like, everyone, please. Don't let me down like you did on AGT last week. And you know what I'm talking about, Hannah. So you guys watching the show, like, don't let me down with this one.
I do.
I'm going to be really upset if he leaves. He's the one I met last week, by the way. So
how was that? Tell me about that real quick.
So I went to this mall in Toronto, and I didn't know I was going to be able to go. I only figured this out the day before because my work schedule changed. So I was really happy I could go. It was in this bookstore. And there's like maybe like 100 people there or less in the line, and they have their new book. The property owners have this book. It's new. It's called Takes Two. It's just about their life story. So I'm like looking in here, looking for most memorable year ideas. I'm gonna tell them you should do this. They also signed it, and then I said hi, and then I made him promise to do well for Emma this season. So please get better, Drew.
Oh man. You all know, I think you're absolutely right. I think his in-hold stuff was a little shaky, but like once I hold, like he was getting it. So like, I don't know. I feel like if Emma can rein him in, I feel like he could do really well at the ballroom dances. Just as long as he like calms him down. I'm just
really scared because he's the third from the bottom of the leaderboard.
I'm a little scared for him too, but I think Emma has a bit of an advantage being the reigning champ. I feel like people are gonna vote for her.
I don't want her to. I mean, like, of course. Well, I mean, it's more about Drew than Emma for me. But like, first start right after you win. Like, I guess it's not the worst, but like, it just kind of so weird.
I know.
I don't know. Like, I'm more like I just want Drew to do well because I know he's really. We've been talking about this happening for years.
Yes, they have.
Like, it's been like at least 8. It's been about a year. But yeah, it feels like it's been going like for a long time. Like this was all the hype. So like, I hope he has voters. They did open it back up to Canada this season.
Yay!
Because, yeah, like, maybe we could have used that 2 seasons ago, but...
Sorry.
Yeah, so, I mean, legally, because I've been voting even without all that. So.
Illegally. You've been voting illegally.
With VPNs, I was like, I don't know, like...
Funny how that works.
To vote for, like, all these shows so they can dance as well on AGT in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just on Facebook, so I'm still gonna use my VPN and use all these emails. But
At least you can legally vote now.
Legally, yay! Okay, 1 second.
Oh yeah.
Okay, laughing a little too loudly.
Oops.
That's okay. So the next one was Barbara.
Barbara and Kia were next.
Okay. And I feel like I should be scared they're going to be first out, but, like, I really don't think they are at this point.
Oh, my gosh. Here's the thing. I think GP is going to be turned off by her if they don't already know who she is. Because
so maybe she will be first out after all.
She reminds me a lot of Charo.
I know. I was scared. Okay. Like, at first I'm like, okay, she seems nice. And then, like, she turns more and more into Charo every single day I see her. Like, she's just, like, completing her transformation into Charo. And I'm like... I wanted you to have someone like fun and like nice and like silly, but not like creepy. Like she's getting into creepy territory.
It's like borderline creepy territory, but I still love her. Me, oh man, I
She's
do.
not
I
yelling
do.
at any judges yet. She's not like going and yelling at anybody yet. So like I feel like we're still like not quite there yet.
You know, she's not threatening to fight Bruno in the parking
No,
lot.
I mean, I know she was disappointed by her scores, but like she was like handling it like properly. Like,
Right.
you can handle this. Like, she's
Right.
not.
You know, she's just like a fun lady. You know, she's here to have some fun and hang out with Keo.
They didn't show the clip of her saying she wanted to sleep with him. Like, I was really scared we were gonna see something like that. Like, it wasn't quite that level yet. So like, I think
We'll be good.
I think they should just keep it fun and not like creepy cougar level. Like, just make it fun. Like, enjoy yourself.
I know. I hope her packages next week aren't just like playing up the whole creepy cougar thing, because there's more to her than that. Because I can tell, like, there's a woman here that wants to work hard and get better for Keo, and I think we could focus on that next week.
Yeah, like she wanted to be with Keo. Like, what is it about Keo that she wanted? Like, I know because he's hot, but like they're all hot. Like, why do you think they get along so? Like, what makes them click? You know, like I want to see more of that. Yeah, the dance was funny. It reminded me of In the Club meets the Tommy Chong Mambo, so that was something.
Oh my gosh, that's like the perfect way to describe it.
But yeah, she got 5.45. I remember that, right?
I know. Len gave her a 4.
I know. I'm like I feel like the 4 was kind of low considering they gave like Catan 4s last season.
Mm-hmm.
Better than he was in his first dance.
I know. She's so much fun, and you could tell like she was keeping up and she was having a good time, and I feel like she has potential to look pretty good. What night is ballroom night next week? Is it Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
Ballroom Sunday night. Good. That's good because I really want to see her in a ballroom dance.
Yeah, ballroom will be good. I think yeah, like for ballroom Monday, Latin Tuesday. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, so anyway, so then the show finally started, almost an hour in, with Jordan and Lindsay. Like, I mean, like before that we were like messing around, like okay, like here's like stuff happening, and none of that mattered anymore.
And then things got epic, real quick, kids. So I just want everybody to know, I write notes during the show, and just my notes for Jordan and Lindsay are literally just scribbles and incoherent words. Just, you can't see it, but it's just literally just scribbling. Like, I couldn't function. There were 2 dances that left me unable to function tonight, and one of them was Jordan's, and the other one we'll get to later. And, yeah, Jordan.
I feel like this was like easily the best one of the night. Like I know it tied with something else, but I think this one was just like the strongest.
I do disagree. I think this one and the one that this tied with were both strong. I kind of prefer the other one, but we'll get to that later.
I really preferred this one actually. Like I feel like he came out. He was the only one who was both confident and like and had the technical ability. Like some people had the technical ability, but they were very timid, so it kind of like took away.
Yeah.
He did all the facial expressions. He did like the strength. He had the strength. Like he was like matching Lindsay great. I'm pretty sure these 2 are gonna make the finals. I like my concern is they're almost too good, and like people are gonna think he was just like amazing from the beginning, didn't grow at all, didn't really have a storyline, and
right.
So that was what I was thinking before the premiere anyway. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised they got top of leaderboard just because, well, actually no, because like they went middle of the night, but like I remember James Hinch went like beginning of his show almost and got top. So like I guess it makes sense. But yeah, they did a really good job. I really like this. Yes, it's another EDM tango, but like whatever.
I know. I just want to make a really quick point about this. I did love this dance. It was my second favorite of the night. I normally don't like straight up ballroom tango. It's my least favorite style out of all, however many of them there are. This is the tango I loved, and that's extremely rare. And he made me love it. So even though it was an EDM tango, which is we're over it. I'm over it.
Yeah, we're done with those. Yeah, it was still good. So yeah, next was the married couple, Nick and Peta versus Vanessa and Max.
And it was plain to see that one of these people was far superior than the other.
Oh, yeah. Like Okay, so there's been a lot of debate of who's going to outlast the other one, and people are saying Nick is going to outlast Vanessa because of his personality. I have a feeling Vanessa might be getting pimped this season. I think they're going to want Max in a final sometime soon. I feel like this might be the season they want him in the final. I feel like her getting scored so high so early, she was third of the night because there were two above her tied for first. I feel like this might be the season for that. So I now I'm kind of expecting her to stay longer, and she is a better dancer. I'm just not into either of these two still.
I understand. I absolutely understand that, actually. I'm not really into Nick. I have not been into Nick for most of preseason. He seems like a very nice guy. I will say this for his and Peta's dance tonight. I loved that choreography. Peta is a master. Just absolutely.
Yes, that was amazing. That was one of the two best choreographed dances, which we'll get to the other one in a minute.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. One of the best choreographed dances of the night. Like, shout out to Peta. She did amazing with that dance tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that one was the better choreographed dance, but obviously like Vanessa did just way better. For me, preseason, I've been been into Vanessa. I think she's a bigger personality. Both of these people are still at the bottom of kind of like my favorites list, although I do like them both very much. I do like them. Nick, which for me tonight was kind of a non-event, and he's definitely towards the bottom of my rankings of dances for tonight. Vanessa, I thought killed it. I think she did. I thought she got straight sevens, and I thought that was pretty earned.
Yeah, I think straight sevens made sense. She was kind of timid, and I kind of saw that. There was a couple places where she was like a little off time, and just like it was just really noticeable spots. It wasn't like that big a deal, but or anything. She was fine. The dance had a lot of messing around at the beginning, which was Max's fault. Again, that's what the Schmarkowskis do. Although we'll get to something else later on about that. But yeah, they did it was fine. Like, I really, again, I still don't care about these two. Like, I mean, Peta looked great.
Peta looked amazing. Can we just talk about that?
Yes, their costume and Nick's too. Like, I love their colors. I just love Peta's whole style outfit. Her abs, like, her post-baby abs are awesome. Like, she's like killing it.
She is absolutely killing it. Like, Peta Murgatroyd, God bless you, because she's killing it. She had a baby in January, and she looks like that.
Oh my gosh. It was just so amazing. Yeah. So kind of on these two, like, I don't think they're leaving anytime soon. Like, I feel like we've got a few eliminations at least before one of them leaves, so they'll be around for a while.
I do think that both of them will be around for a while. Originally before tonight, I thought Vanessa would be better than Nick, but I thought Nick would last longer because he's more of a name that the GP would recognize. But after tonight, I predict that Nick will go before Vanessa. I see Vanessa staying maybe till quarterfinals.
I put her in top 4 just because I think she's going to be pimped, and that's who I ended up putting. Did you read my article yet?
No, not yet. I haven't gotten around to it.
Because that's why Vanessa is in top 4 in the number 4 spot.
I will make sure.
Second.
I will make sure to do that.
This was done pre-season, but this is done earlier today, by the way, not the premiere. So Vanessa is. I think Vanessa might be going finals. Which just like I hope I care about her more by then if she's going to. If she makes the final 4, I don't think I would be mad about it unless she was in place of somebody that I really wanted there. So next was Frankie and Whitney, and I'm really, really happy that they did so well because they've been rehearsing 17 hours a day. I know Frankie was really, really excited for this. He was so nervous, and like they come out and did that. And this was the best choreo of the night, I think. This was definitely one of the best choreographed numbers of the night for me. Absolutely. Definitely like top 3. A solid top 3. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it, but I remember just really loving this choreography. Just Whitney did such a good job with it. And it's so nice to see Whitney with just this really different kind of partner, one that's just so, like, he cares so much about how he does, and I love it. Ah, yes. About, like, I love that how he lets her call him Asian Cody Banks. By the way, quote of the night, what's Whitney Carson for, "Oh, don't call me Carlton." Quote of the night. And then Alfonso was there, of course, today. And I'm like, is he in the audience? Where is he? And then, of course, he's there. He's there, like, almost every week. So I assume
Oh man, he's just waiting for Tom Bergeron to retire. He's just like, I'm ready. I'm ready when you're ready, Tom.
He's just like standing right
He's,
I wonder if he's gonna host the junior version.
I would not put that out of the realm of possibility. I can absolutely see that happening.
Like I feel like that's gonna be him.
I absolutely see that happening.
Yeah, like this was just a really good dance.
It was so good. I was kind of worried about Frankie going into tonight because, you know, he was kind of nervous, and, you know, he's an actor. He's been out of the spotlight for a while. You know, I wasn't expecting him to be this good.
I put him as first. I ended up putting him as first out on preseason.
Did you really?
I really didn't want to do that, but I'm like, oh well, I don't know who else it's gonna be, so I'm like,
right.
I don't think he's gonna be first out.
No, I definitely don't think not after tonight.
He's gonna be around a while probably. If Debbie ends up going early, Frankie is this season's 6th place nostalgia factor. Because that's Debbie is the 6th place nostalgia factor, which has been a thing for a while now. But yeah, I think we could have a guy do it this season. It could be Frankie. So that's cool.
I was
really neurotic, or like maybe not neurotic, but like nervous. Like that seems to fit that type too.
I know he was so nervous, but it was kind of like endearing in a way. Like he was working so hard, and he did so well tonight. I was so impressed with him, way better than I expected him to be. Even though I wanted him to be that good, but I didn't think he would. That was like my dilemma.
Be one of my main teams. I don't know yet.
It could be. It could be. I hope he makes it so far. I really do. He and Whitney are delightful to watch, and he's already my second favorite partner of Whitney's.
There you go.
There you go.
Number 10, Nikki and Artem.
Nikki and Artem were next.
This went very different than how I thought it was gonna
go. Okay.
Yeah. I'm nervous for them now for a few reasons. Like, and I was before, and I ended up like putting them pretty low on the preseason predictions because I'm like, I feel like she's this season's Erica.
That's an interesting way to put it. Maybe you could
saying that because I want her. She would be in my ideal finale probably, but like I don't think that's happening.
Spoiler alert: Nikki is actually in my top 4, like my envelope. She is in there. She is in there. That could get interesting. I feel like it could get really telling as to whether or not the producers are going to treat her well. We could get more into that next week.
Well, we'll find out. I think by like the end of next week, because there's 2 episodes, we'll have a very clear idea
of what the producers, you know, want to do with Nikki. Artem seems really excited about this partnership. My family, there are several members of my family that are huge WWE fans. Like my sister, when the Nikki Bella rumor initially came out like a month and a half ago, and I told my sister, she was over the moon, absolutely just over the moon excited for this one. And I was like excited for her because she loves Nikki Bella and she's a huge John Cena fan. And tonight, she did not disappoint me. I love when she bought.
She was gonna do better. Like I would choreo. Like I don't know. It just wasn't doing it for me. Like she seemed like not quite. Like I thought she was gonna be like fire going, and she just like wasn't fire for me. I don't remember exactly what I didn't like about this. Like I have to rewatch. It felt maybe a little even too staccato even for like tango. Even though tango's supposed to be like that, I don't even know. Like it was okay. Like I like the part at the end where she threw him down. I think some of the choreo, like the part where she's going like this at the beginning, like the sexy Latin stuff, that did not suit the song. I don't know. Like it is good, and I feel like she's being set up as like this badass or whatever, and I feel like the GP might not like that.
That was also my concern going into this season, because if they set Nikki up to look like, you know, she's like nothing but like mean and fierce, and that's gonna really be detrimental to her, because she has her own reality show called Total Bellas, which I was casually watching with my sister last week, and she's a really nice girl. She really is. She's just she's fun and she's fun loving, and I hope that the producers choose to show that in her packages. I hope they don't try to make her look like such a hard ass. I hope that they don't try to do that.
I hope she gets to like. Well, I have a feeling she'll get to like the memorable year night, and then she'll maybe get to be more emotional and stuff. Yeah, I think she's good. I mean, I think she'll do well with the dancing. Like, I just don't know how long we're gonna get to see her for.
For me personally, I was very impressed with this. Ballroom tango, again, is not my favorite style. But I liked this. I did.
Yeah. I guess coming after Jordan also, like, my expectations were really high because, like, that was a really good tango.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, like, it's a week 1 tango. I gotta remember that. Hopefully she'll have, like, well, I mean, like, there's no ballroom style harder than tango. And, like, and then next week is ballroom night, the first night. So maybe she'll probably really impress.
I definitely hope that she impresses next week. I think a slower ballroom dance, something like Viennese waltz, would like really make her look great.
I don't know why. I just think she's getting picked up. Next was Derek and Sharna, and for everyone saying he was gonna be the first out.
Wrong.
I'm a curious cat, which is like this app people send me questions for, and I get like so many of them. I feel like it's a couple people specifically like hating on Sharna, so they like say, "Oh, Derek's gonna suck." Like they keep just coming in my like and like mentioning. I'm like, okay, you can stop now. Was he great? No. Was he terrible? No. Like he did fine. Like I think a lot of people are gonna like him. He seems.
I know. I was kind of shocked actually at the amount of people that thought he was going to be first out preseason because, as we proved last season, the likelihood of Sharna leaving first from now on is highly unlikely.
I mean, we thought that about Whitney at one point. So
we did. I feel like Sharna has had more staying power than Whitney in a way.
Whitney had like 3 seasons where she was like the queen, or like everyone thought she was the queen. Alfonso, she was like happening. People still loved her even through the crystals thing, and then like she made the finals again with Carlos, and then like after that, I feel like it kind of burned out.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I think it was partly because of the partners that she was getting.
No, yeah, I know, but like Sharna had Bonner last season, and now she has this guy, and like even after a bunch of like they're like neither of them are like front runner material, I would say, but like she's still like
No, but she still did a really good job with him
doing really well
tonight.
And for what it's worth, I do think Whitney's like starting to come back a little bit. Like I think like after like a few seasons after Alfonso, she wasn't as good, and now she's like getting good again. And we just need.
Yeah, I kind of.
But I'm sure it will. So I'm supporting Whitney. But yeah, Sharna and Derek. I thought this was a fun dance. Him being able to do lifts for this dance legally was nice because I think that really showed what he's capable of. The salsa itself, I don't really remember much about it. I just remember the lifts; they were really good.
The lifts were very good. The very beginning of this dance, when he was like with the basketball and the troop guys, like that was awesome. I loved that.
Sharna's really good at like showcasing her partners. I think this guy has more potential than Bonner, so I mean, anything's a step up.
I think anybody has more potential than Bonner, honestly.
Anybody, I think any male in this cast would have been a step up from Bonner.
Truly.
In some way. So yeah, there was really no losing for her there, except for maybe Terrell. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Yeah, like they'll be around a while. I mean, like I put them in 3rd in my preseason, which
did you?
I think they could still get there. Okay, my preseason thoughts were like, okay, so like I had different archetypes, and like I did this whole thing about how to win the envelope game. And I said, okay, look for these 4 archetypes because, like, most of, if not all of them, are going to be represented. You can't just pick 4 ringers and expect to win.
Right.
Like, for those of you who don't know, I think I won the bootless game last season, which is Christian Burt on Twitter. Has everyone write who they think is going to come in top 4 in order and put it in an envelope preseason, then open it up at the end. Now, I don't really keep mine a secret because I do a blog and I just kind of like have to do full bootless anyway, so like it's pretty public. I had the top 4 correct last season, just not in the right order. So I was telling people how to do it this season, and I'm like, okay, so look for the following archetypes, and it's a little different this season because it's 4 people at the end and not 3, and then 1 person isn't, and the list is the semifinals. So everyone's a finalist. I basically told everyone pick 1 really good dancer, that's the ringer. Pick 1 really good personality who's probably not going to be that good, but like people will like them anyway. That would be the every man, woman person. I don't know. I need a better name for that. 3rd would be the someone who has both those qualities, so the all-rounder. And then the fourth would be someone who's going to be pimped. So I had Derek, and I also picked Victoria, who's next. I said, okay, so here's two of them. One's going to be the all-rounder. One's going to be the every person. But I don't know who's who yet. So I had Derek in the every person spot, which is third. Which I still think he could get. I still think he could get to third if people like him enough. Because they addressed the NBA thing on the show head on. So they're like, people might be thinking, oh, we haven't had NBA players do well. Maybe I want this guy to do well. Like, he could be the first. Like, that's a reason to vote for him. Point being, yeah, I think they could go far. Even if he doesn't turn out to be any much better.
I do think that he has the potential to go far. He could. The best comparison I can make is Calvin Johnson, because that season, the top four I did that season was almost perfect, because I predicted that the top four in order would be Lori, James, Mary Lou, and then Jana. So I got 3 out of the 4 right and 3 out of 4 order right. That third place spot was supposed to be Calvin and Lindsay. So
better than I did, although I had the 4 you did, just in a different order. I had Calvin in 7th because I had no clue how he's gonna do. I'm just like, well, maybe he'll win, but he could like really suck. So I'm like, okay, here you are in the middle. You know.
Yeah, he could be like exactly. He could be like a Calvin Johnson type that starts out, he's okay, but he just slowly grows and grows and grows. And I feel like Shauna is the perfect pro for kind of making somebody grow over a season that was kind of the same way Calvin did.
He won't. Yeah, he's probably not gonna win. He's gonna.
No.
I think he's gonna go far. I think he's gonna go like at least halfway. He seems fun as long as he keeps this up and keeps improving. I see good things. I think he might be really good in ballroom.
I cannot wait for next Monday. I was just like, wow, I can't wait to see him in Hold. Like, he's probably gonna look pretty good.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy he gets to the show. He seems really excited.
He seems like a super nice guy. I'm excited to get to know him.
I know there's some he's had DUI issues, and they gave me this one other thing, but I feel like it's like him and Terrell. People are comparing this to a lot. I feel like he genuinely wants to improve himself and do better, and I don't really get that feeling as much with Terrell. He doesn't seem as had to have the drive to do that, but Derek really does. So I'm really excited.
I completely agree.
Yeah. So I even said, I think in my envelope I put under his name Calvin type. So
he is. He could potentially end up being just like Calvin Johnson. Kind of like the pleasant surprise at the end of the season. He could be that. He could go halfway. We just don't know yet.
He could go close to the end, and then I feel like I don't know. I'm not worried about him leaving quite yet. So
no, neither am I. I think he's okay.
And speaking of people who aren't leaving anytime soon, it's Victoria and Val.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, they were my winner pick. I'm gonna say that.
They are not my winner pick. They are in my top 4.
Yeah. I feel like she was the only one preseason that I'm like, okay, you're definitely in the finale. You're definitely in the final. You're top 4. You're there, girl. I was very lucky to get her for fantasy draft. I feel very lucky.
As you should, because barring some act of God, I see there's no way that she's not making the finale. Yeah, there's no way.
I mean, they want Val in the finals every year anyway. However, I don't think they're going to need to help him this time, if you know what I mean. I feel like, he's going to do well. They're going to do well on their own. They're going to make it on their own merits.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like, to be fair, I do feel like Val, especially in the most recent seasons, has made it to the finale on his own merits. Last season, he was with my current second favorite person of all time, Normani. But
however, I feel like it was really obvious to me that the GP was not voting for her, and I'm not saying she didn't deserve to be there, because I loved seeing her there. My ideal finale for last season was Rashad, and then 2 out of 3, whichever 2, of Normani, Nancy, Simone, and that would have made me really happy. So in that sense, I was glad to see her there. However, I really did get the idea that I think both Simone and Bonner were getting votes to outlast her. And I know that's hard for some harmonizers to hear, but that's just how it was just the same vibe I got with Chelsea Kane and Ginger Z and all these other people. And I feel really bad because like Normani really did deserve to make it. It's just like it wasn't going to happen without help.
Yeah, you can't win this competition without the GP behind you, and
I'm
the
sorry, and that's nothing bad about Normani. That's
No,
just we're voting for it. Like I'm not knocking anybody.
absolutely not. No, it's just you won't win without the GP behind you, and unfortunately, the GP was not completely behind Normani, which is terribly unfortunate because we were robbed of what could have been the best final two ever. But it's fine.
It's okay.
But let's get back to Victoria and Val.
Yeah, sorry, you mean Victoria and Val. I thought you said Lori and Val. I'm like, that's even further back.
That's even further back.
Victoria and Val were I think they did well. This was another dance where it's like, okay, you're kind of messing around a little too much, but like I get it because like she can't do a lot, but she can do enough. I think she'll do enough to get by. Like she got 776, right?
She actually got 766. So Carrie, yeah, she got 2 sixes.
She did pretty, like, he was pretty good. Like, I feel like she did everything she needed to do. She had a very good package. She was, like, very upbeat and happy. I put under her for my winner pick, Bindi type. And whether she wins or not, I still think she's that type. She's just, like, really fun, very, she's just so grateful to be alive and be on the show. You could see that, you could feel that. They have a great partnership so far. Like, they're doing everything great. Like,
absolutely. Totally agree.
Change. Like, I mean, of course she has to, like, work on her footwork or whatever, but like she can't feel her legs, so she's gonna work. I'm sure she's gonna work on it. Like I don't expect her to be all there right now, is what I'm saying.
Right. I absolutely 100% agree. I think that Victoria and Val are on the highway to the finale along with 2 other people. And
now supporting Val not totally, but like they've been way more supportive of Val lately. Ever since this happened and him on So You Think You Can Dance happened, they're like on the Val train now. So like
it's like
nothing about her is working.
It's like a miracle, isn't it?
Wow.
But yeah, I was so impressed with both of them tonight, but especially her. I know that she, had just kind of relearned to walk again a year and a half ago. I had no idea that she had 0 feeling in her legs. That is amazing. The woman has 0 feeling in her legs, and she came out and did that tonight. That is astounding. Absolutely stellar. One of my favorite performances of the night. Just wow.
And then we come to the end, and we got our other returning pro. We started with one, and we're ending with one. Lindsay and Mark. It feels like Mark said, "Oh yeah, I've been out for a year," but like it feels like it's been longer than that. Even though like that season feels like not too long ago, it just feels like Mark's been gone for so long.
We have felt the effects of Mark Ballas not being here, and I'm just so glad he's back. I'm so happy he's back.
It's so good. Like to be honest, like I wasn't paying them much attention preseason. I'm like, okay, like I don't know why you're not standing out to me, but you aren't yet. I think after tonight, they've definitely like standing out to me, even just in terms of like a partnership. The dance itself was good. I think she was kind of timid, but like she'll get over that. She tied with Jordan for top of the night, which I thought was okay. That's fine. That seems about right to me. I think Jordan should have been on the top on his own, but he went earlier in the night, so he got a little lowballed. But yeah.
For me, I actually think that the fact that they were tied was perfect. I think that they both did really well on their own merits tonight. On a personal level, I preferred Lindsay's dance, probably just because I'm not a huge tango fan in general, so I preferred Lindsay's dance. I liked the choreography a little bit better. But again, tango versus cha-cha, just no comparison.
Cha-cha.
Yeah, I love this number. I live tweet, and the tweet that I made tonight that got the most response was literally just incoherent screaming after Lindsay and Mark, just incoherent screaming, because that was literally me after Lindsay and Mark finished tonight. I was so impressed. She was just so sharp, and she had like little facial expressions going, and Mark was there. It was all so good, and I'm so happy. She's in my top 4. She's in my top 4.
I had her as getting robbed in 5th place, and I know I'm not the only one who said that. So
I know. I definitely understand where people are coming from.
I feel like she'll have enough, like, if assuming we're gonna have to rob someone to give, like, let's say Vanessa a spot in the finals, I think Lindsay will be a top 3 vote getter and won't have to worry about that. I'm kind of thinking Derek might be the one sacrificed now if he's getting votes. I feel like Lindsay is going to be a force this season. Just she's so good. There's a lot they can do. I think just with those two, like they have crazy mindsets, and I think it's just great.
Absolutely.
They're one of my favorites. I think.
Absolutely.
Like I feel like this is gonna be really good. I'm not sure whether they're gonna let Mark get away with a third trophy, especially since he's not a regular pro anymore, as far as we know. But I'm really.
You know, I do my best to keep my top 4 secret, but I'm just going to throw it all out there because I'm here too. Jordan is my pick to win at the moment, and with Lindsay in second. If that got switched, I would still be happy. I would be just as happy with either result.
I'd be fine with either of them winning.
I feel like it's not out of the realm of possibility for Lindsay to win at this point. I feel like maybe they could pull it off together. I'm leaning more towards Jordan still, but I definitely see those two as the last two standing at this point in time.
I feel like we might have an upset. I don't know why. Because, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe Victoria could sneak into top 2.
Victoria, I think there's potential for Victoria to sneak into the top 2. We'll see.
So one really interesting thing, if you're ready for this is part of why when everyone's saying Normani was going to win last season, like during the season, I'm like, okay, she's not going to win now. Like, this is partly why I ruled her out. And I kind of said she was going to get second preseason, and I didn't think she was going to win. I didn't think she was going to have the GP as much as, like, Rashad. And I was pretty sure Rashad was winning last season. But anyway, there was an article on Buddy TV last season that was really interesting. And, like, I think about this a lot now. Out of, like, I don't know if it was, like, 3 people or no people. If you get a 6-week one, it's very unlikely, possibly impossible, you're going to win.
That's interesting.
That's really interesting now. That's really interesting now because out of 13 couples, 10 received a 6 or less.
That's interesting.
Night. I don't know whether, I have to go look back on Buddy TV to see if that was true. If it was just because did Donny Osmond get a 6-week one? Okay, I feel like maybe like 3 people have, and like it's very rare. So I don't know, maybe we'll break that this season, but like usually like every single season lately, except for last season, the top scorer of the night or one of the ones tied has won. And Rashad was like 1 point below that last season.
Simone was highest score of the Premier. Yes, she got straight 8s.
Highest last season.
Okay.
Tango of all things. But anyway, she got straight 8s. No one got straight 8s tonight. I think this is the first Premier in a long. Well, actually, no. Season 22, I don't think anyone got straight 8s either, but they still got higher than this. Some people got 2 8s, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember anybody. No, nobody got straight 8s during season.
This was like but like again, I don't know if they're just because they're scoring low or whatever. Like this, I don't know. Like, because if we're going by those rules, there's only 3 people who have a shot to win: Vanessa, Lindsay, and Jordan. So are we like?
The rules could change, but I truly and honestly see either Jordan or Lindsay winning this season.
I'm thrilled with either of those. Right now, like, I'm not even thinking about who's gonna win. Like, I'm just kind of thinking about like who's gonna be on there. Like, I'm very nervous.
I'm very nervous as well. Because I love this entire cast. Like, there's at least something about all of them that I like, even in.
I want Terrell gone.
Yeah, if you're making me. Yeah, if you're making me pick somebody to leave next week, I would pick Terrell. Or Terrell. I'm sorry.
I'm going Terrell because everyone's like saying Terrell and Terrell. So I guess we're calling him Terrell. I don't know. I'm mostly really nervous for Debbie and Drew. I don't want either of those two leaving.
No, definitely not. I don't want either of them leaving.
I'm really scared. Like, I'm like sitting here.
Like, I am very scared as well. I'm a little afraid for Drew and Sasha and Debbie and Barbara at this point.
Yeah. Barbara might actually leave first. I was thinking she wouldn't, but she might now because she did go a little into creepy territory.
I actually went.
What?
I went and glanced at Facebook just like for a couple of seconds, like real quick after the show was over, and GP sounded very turned off by Barbara.
Oh,
again,
Barbara might be going. Like I would rather lose Barbara than Debbie or Drew, even though I would rather lose like Terrell over her. Like
Yeah.
I feel like Debbie and Drew have more potential. Like, and if Barbara goes first, they absolutely have. Okay, I don't care who requests Keona next season. Like, they absolutely have to give him someone good.
Oh my gosh.
Like he had one good person, and then they tried to like subtly knock them down. Like, just give him someone good and let them happen.
Please. Please. I'll dance with them. I don't know if I'll be good or not, but I'll dance with them.
You can dance with him. I'm a little short. But I have to be Sasha's comeback partner anyway. Like, we have to make sure he's back. So, like, I gotta be reserved for him. So
when they actually do a Dancing with the Fans.
Yeah, when they do Dancing with the Fans. Like, I'm just so, like, I don't know.
You're gonna come back and be Sasha's partner, and I'll go to.
I'm gonna be, like, saving him. And I'm with our whole storyline. I'm gonna map out our storyline, and it's gonna be, he's never gonna be in Troop again. Because remember when we remember when Rumor storyline was Val has to win? Yeah, we can just make this a bit.
Oh my gosh.
That'll be next season. Like, there you go. Season 26 spoilers. Anyways, yeah, I'm very nervous. Please go vote for Debbie and Drew. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm getting nervous. I'm really nervous for the first 5 to dance tonight. I think anyone who danced Jordan or after will probably be in the clear.
I absolutely. Glancing really quickly at the people that danced after Jordan, yeah, I think all of them are going to be absolutely fine.
You're fine. I think I don't know. I don't want to say for Tuesday yet, but like for Monday, absolutely.
Right. We'll talk about Tuesday when we get there. But yeah, if you
go ahead.
If you are people out there, if you are a fan of Terrell, Debbie, Sasha, Drew, or Barbara, go power vote because they are going to need it.
I don't know. I'm scared now. Like
I am a little afraid because I don't want to really. I definitely don't want to lose Debbie, and I definitely don't want to lose Drew. Like those are the two people.
I can only say two. Like those are the two I really want to save.
Yeah.
Especially because like, I don't know, even for their pros too, because like people are still questioning Emma's abilities. Like I don't know why we're doing that, but we are. And like Alan's a first.
People of the world.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Emma Slater is a international treasure. Yeah. Don't doubt her, please.
Like, this. And then there's also like I feel like if Drew gets through the next few weeks, it's gonna be better because he's not gonna be touring. So like he's getting a lot more time. So we just gotta get Drew through like the end of September, and then I feel like we'll be okay. And with Debbie, it's like kind of gonna be a reflection on Alan. And I really don't like. I mean, like if Debbie does not do well, Alan might be in Troop again next season.
That's one thing that does kind of scare me because I really want Debbie to stay. Not just because I want Debbie to stay because I do want her to stay, but because first-time pros that go out first have a bit of a history of going back to Troop.
Unless you're Keo.
Unless you're Keo.
Or Peta, and then you'll win the second season.
Or Peta. Those are like the two outstanding exceptions.
And she going back because she was requested. So like if Alan goes out first, I'm gonna be calling up some people in addition to asking for Sasha. If you're tall, but if you're short, you're gonna ask for Sasha. If you're tall, you're gonna ask for Alan. There's the plan.
Yeah, I've said that if I was ever on Dancing with the Stars, I would have to ask for Alan because I'm tall.
Yep. There was like a question earlier. Someone asked on Twitter, who would you want? And I said Mark or Sasha. And Derek's cool too. But there's all these politics with him, and I'm not gonna be part of that. It's not worth it. And then like also Tristan, but like he says he's never doing it again. So like I mean, I would love to be Tristan's. Like,
well, you know, as Nick Lachey taught us tonight, never say never.
Yeah, I know. Like Peta and Max for like a month before the season starts, like we don't know if we're coming back. Like right up to like 2 days before, and it's like we know you're coming back. It's like oh we're back. Okay.
We know. Nick Lachey, I'm never doing this Dancing with the Stars in 2009. Like, yes, you is.
I don't know. Yeah, so like again, like, and I don't usually vote just because of pros. If they need to be saved and we need to make sure they stay the next season, I will be voting for them. Hence, remember like Rick Perry, I had to vote for him quite a bit just to make sure Emma got past either Allison or Jenna, and she did. So there you go.
Oh my gosh.
So there you go.
Whatever works, right? I mean, in a way, kind of helped her win last season. So, yay!
Yeah, there you go. She won last season. I don't know. Like I'm still very happy. I really want Drew because I know like this is like her dream partnership. So like this has to last a while.
I know. So yeah, if you like Drew, if you like Debbie, go vote for them immediately.
Please go vote for Debbie and Drew.
Please vote for Debbie and Drew. I do not want them to leave.
Yeah, I don't know. I still feel like we might lose Sasha. I don't know how crazy. I don't know if the PLL people are. Like I said, I know they said they were gonna be. I don't know how much it's gonna affect things. Like I feel like they could stay ahead if they actually really vote. Like they could stay ahead of a couple people. But like I don't know if the GP likes her or even remember.
That's a good question. And you know what? It does kind of make me wonder. Like the PLL fandom skews a little bit younger. I mean, I feel like they're like just slightly younger than you and me because we're like 20 and 21. But
we're both 20. You're gonna be 21 soon. Okay.
I will be 21 in December.
Yeah.
I'm counting the days.
Yes. Oh yeah, because you're in the US. That's when you're legal. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
19. We're in my part of Canada, so it's like okay.
I know. I have a couple more months.
Go drink and do the like Las Vegas stuff, which I want to do.
Right. I gotta be.
Last season and like AGT, I'm obsessed with going to Vegas now.
I want to go to Vegas so bad. My brother and my sister-in-law go all the time. They love it.
Shows and just be great. Like I don't even care about like the gambling part. I just want to go to all the shows.
Exactly. Absinthe looks awesome.
Yes, Absinthe. We saw that on AGT. I know like a lot of other like there's a lot of Cirque du Soleil shows there. Like a lot of stars do residencies. Like a lot of the boy bands. I mean, Tapeface just had a residency there. Although I'm seeing him next month. He's coming out here. So
that's so exciting. You're gonna have to tell me all about that because I would love to see him.
Yeah, he's gotten quite a fandom. I know we're getting off topic now.
Yeah, we're getting way off topic.
Yeah, Vegas fun. I don't know. Like I want to. We're like PLL. It skews like people like watching it like we're about our age when it ended, which was a few months ago.
Yeah, but it also does kind of make me wonder, like when Janelle was on the show, and Brant for that matter, when they were on the show, PLL was on and it was active.
Yeah, and, like, well, I mean, it did just end, so like there's still people excited about it. Like, it's like kind of like with Glee with Amber versus Heather, although Heather is already over for like 2 years, so
right.
Really, like not. I mean, like there's people who like paid attention. It was just everyone was like a lot more chill, and like Heather hadn't done as much lately. Like most of the Glee fans like are like supporting their fave now, whoever it may be. For me, it's like Darren and the Star Kid crew.
Right. So, yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as people I'm really scared for next week, Sasha, I feel it could be a possibility. I hope she doesn't go because I would like her to stay.
I think I even went the first 5, which
yeah.
Not Drew.
Just goes to show you guys, go vote for your favorites. You don't know how long they're going to stick around. Just go vote. Do it right now. Don't be passive this season.
Oh, yeah, I got to go vote. I got to go vote for So You Think You Can Dance.
That's right. So You Think You Can Dance happened tonight, too.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, actually, maybe I kind of wanted people to forget to vote because, like, the person a lot of the Dancing with the Stars fans are voting for, I am not much of a fan of. I mean, I'm a fan of Jenna, just, like, I don't really want her partner to win, and he's great. Like, he's just not winner material for me. Sorry. Yeah, but if you're a fan of Coiney or Lex, Coiney, I always pronounce her name wrong. I'm so sorry, and she's my favorite. But yeah, go vote for them.
Just to show you guys, got to vote for your favorites before they're gone.
And if it's Kiki or Taylor, please regard this message.
I don't watch So You Think You Can Dance. I don't keep up with it.
Please, we need like a good winner. And I'm making you vote for AGT tomorrow because like there's a real. I'll tell you in DMs, but there's a real concern I have with AGT tomorrow.
I feel like I kind of know what your concern is, and like I've been very passive about AGT like as long as it's been on, but I think I know what your concern is.
I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow because I mean, like in the DMs because like this is like we were talking about it on Twitter earlier because it's something similar to happened on Dancing with the Stars. But anyway, yeah. So any other thoughts on tonight? I'm just really nervous for Drew and also Debbie. I think. I don't know. Like he's the one invested in the two, but like I really want both.
I will echo that. I'm very nervous for the two of them going into next week. I will be voting for both of them very shortly. But I thought tonight was a pretty good premiere. I can't wait for next week. We're getting a ballroom night and a Latin night, which is super cool. We've always wanted.
Sorry, go ahead.
We've always wanted a ballroom night, which is going to be awesome.
They've had classical night. I don't know if they've had ballroom night. But classical night was pretty much all ballroom anyway, except for maybe Paso. Yeah, I was expecting and kind of hoping it'd be Star Most Memorable Year and Pro Most Memorable Year, and I was hoping this is why I was like really gonna cover for Barbara so Keo could get one because he didn't get his hometown glory.
Oh, I
really wanted to see a Keo Most Memorable Year. I wanted to like get to know Keo. I still feel like we don't know him, and it's been like how many seasons has he been here?
Well, considering Artem said tonight he's been here 8, I'm gonna.
I don't really know him either.
Yeah.
Strictly, you know him. Like, we kind of know him on Strictly, but, like, on Dancing with the Stars, I still feel like we haven't gotten to know him. I feel like we know Alan better, and he's barely been.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah. Most memorable year for pros and celebs would have been nice, but I'm really into the ballroom Latin idea. I'm not a huge fan of the way that they're doing eliminations next week because they're going to make everybody learn 2 dances, and one person's just not going to have to do the second one.
On Tuesday, based on this week and next Monday.
I would love that. I would rather have that happen.
That would be a lot more fair, I think.
I totally agree with that. It would be more fair just to do a double elimination on Tuesday night.
Yeah, because that way everyone's like done with. Like, I like it when they can like shake the nerves out the first one, and then sometimes improve on the second one.
Right.
And like you get to really see, because I feel like some people were really nervous tonight.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there were a lot of nerves happening tonight, but
like so many people seem so timid. Like the people who like really like went for it. For me, I think were Jordan, Barbara, Drew, and
Lindsay or Vanessa?
Derek, maybe.
Derek, I think, went for it, definitely.
Like, I feel like Lindsay and Vanessa were good. They were just kind of, like, maybe holding back a bit. Same with Sasha. Same with Frankie, maybe a little. Nick, kind of. Well, Nick, I think, went for it. He just, like, you just gotta really, like, bust out. And Tara went for it. So, like, I really commend all of those people. Everyone else, I think, was kind of, like, timid and, like, clearly very nervous. So, like, we really got to work in the performance aspect this season.
You know, it's the premiere, first night judges out of the way. They'll be pros by next week, hopefully.
I feel like I'm just scared everyone's going to get so stressed out next week because they're making them do 2.
I know. That's insane. I know they did that back in season 21, and I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, week 3 will be really good then, though. Because, like, once you do that, like, week 3 is so easy.
They'll be able to relax.
Yeah.
So
I think we're good to end this. I mean, these went on too long. Like, I did an AGT one with Sophie on this weekend, and it went on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I feel like we gotta like
wrap it up
before it gets. It's been almost an hour and a half, so I feel like that's good for this week. For the first week, a long one's okay.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching, everybody. Most of you will be watching in the future, but
hopefully,
we will see you soon. Hopefully, we'll do another next week.
Maybe we will. Hopefully we will.
I gotta head off now. I'm gonna look at Facebook, do my stats. I'm gonna do that again this season. So yeah, any last words?
Nope, thought it was a good premiere. Can't wait for next week. Ballroom Latin. Hopefully everybody steps it up.